Okay, so hi everyone. So this is the fifth of Anyone Python season 1. So good evening if you are in East Coast, and good afternoon for West Coast, and anyone in the Asia. So it's good morning. So I think I live in Connecticut, so next to the New York. I think as far as I know, the Connecticut is the only state in ordering the stay at home. So far, hopefully the will be open tomorrow, but not everything. So I hope that everybody are safe under the pandemic coronavirus. So, but anyway, we are going to continue the Anyone Python today. Before we start, just like the last time, so please stretch out before we start. So we have a lot of things to do today also. Okay, so and let me find our TA, whether Trinity, she's not here. I think today the Unji is the only the TA, so please ask a question if you have any question. So I cannot take care the question for during the lecture. Instead, you can ask any question to the Unji, then she can answer through the chatting box. Okay, so but before we start, please, if you have any question after the class, please check the email first. Okay, I put everything so that you should know after or before the next class. So please check the email first. That can help me a lot. Okay, I received a lot of email. So where is the link and what is the video, and so all of these are available in the previous email. Please check the inbox. Then the next, if you cannot find any information that you have from the email, so next thing is, as I always suggest, that please use the Google. Okay, so you can search the Google, then the 90% you can find the answer, or the 99%. Please use the Google. Even whenever I have a question for the computer science, even during the class, even I'm using Google a lot. Okay, so please try to solve the problem by yourself. That can help you a lot. Then third, if you still cannot find any answer or solution, then you can email me. But I cannot answer right away, so please be patient. Also, I cannot take care of the last minute question before we start the class, because I should prepare ready for the coming classes. So please ask the questions and take the time to get my response. Okay. Then today we are going to continue the Anyone Python with the help of Carol. So I hope all of you start first Carol. So one last thing before we start today's class. Is Carol Python itself? What do you think? So if you can play with the Carol really good, and if you know everything about the Carol, that means that do you know everything about the Python programming? Stefan said no, yes. So it's not. So Carol is our friend. So to learn about the Python, so Carol is helping us. So probably after season 1, so you never use the Carol in your life. Okay. So after the season 1, I expect all of you guys to deal with the Python without Carol. Carol is just our friend only for this season, but it helps us a lot. So don't be confused. If you know everything about the Carol, that doesn't mean you know about the Python. Now, one more question. So this is one of the most asked question. So PyCharm is the Python. What do you think? Everyone said no, and Katie, Ellie, yes, you are correct. So PyCharm is not Python. So Which one is more important? We cannot say, but which one is more important? Python is more important. Okay, so the Python is the software that helps to code or write or the run. So, but without Python, we can use Python. However, without Python, there's no meaning. Okay, so don't be confused. But with the help of Python, we can use the very conveniently and easy to use the Python. So that is the purpose of the Python. So don't spend a lot of time to get used to to know about the Python. Okay, many of the people who are using the Python, they do not use the Python. Okay, even though Python is popular one. For myself, my preference is not the Python. But since a lot of people use the Python, I introduced the using Python for you guys to learn about the Python. So that's the couple of things I'd like to remind you before we start. Okay, so today, before we start today's lecture, so I'd like to talk about a little bit boring stuff. So let me open my iPad, then we can talk about interesting, but it's a little bit boring. So let's start. Okay, so what kind of how many languages do you use in your life? A lot of you are bilingual, like for example, definitely you are using English. So English. Some of you are Korean, so can speak Korean, and also the Chinese and the other languages. This language is called the human language or in computer. So we call that this is a natural language. So natural language, what is the purpose of a natural language? What do you think? Why do we need such a natural language? Communication, yes, that's what I want. Very nice, Stefan. So natural language is for the communication between or among the people. Okay, it's for people, it's not for animal, it's not for natural. So that is the main purpose, because the Homo sapiens, the human being, is from a society, a group. That's kind of different from the other animals. So, but using the natural language, we can communicate, we can share the idea or the even emotion. So that is the purpose of the natural language. However, so natural language is not the only language for us. So we have something, we spend a lot of time, including me and a lot of you, spending the huge time to learn about another language. I call this one is the mathematics. So math is another language, I believe. What kind of language is the mathematics? What do you think? Binary? So binary is a very small piece of mathematics. Anyone? So I believe, so while the natural language is the communication tool between or among people, the mathematics is the language for nature and the human. Okay, so we'd like to know about our nature. Okay, so like the scientists would like to know the what is the rule, what is something so like the gravity rule or the gravity law. Okay, and also a long time ago, people tried to think about the what. So what will be the basic element that form the nature like that? So people think about something. There might be the rule. God, when God created this nature, there might be something rule or the pattern. So we'd like to know about the rule or something pattern from the nature, At that time, the people would like to use such a mathematics as the communication, the tool, like the language, human language between the person. So mathematics is kind of the language between the nature and the human being. Then we'd like to understand the such a rule or the something happen in the nature as an equation, for example. Not always equation, but equation. Like the E equal mc squared. So everybody know this one, okay? So even though Einstein the proposed that E is equal to mc squared, but there exists, even there has been existing, so such as the rule E equal to mc squared, but Einstein proposed this equation. So through the equation, we can understand something rule or something characteristic of the nature easily. Then sometimes we can solve such a problem. So you spend a lot of time in your math class, like to solve the problem solving. So for example, so A is working the 5, the mph from here to there, and the 10, the miles per hour train is coming, where is the point? So like such the problem, how can you solve such a complicated problem? Using mathematics. So using the mathematics language, we can understand such the nature characteristic or the problem. So that is the reason the mathematics is so important for us to understand the society and the nature. Then there is another language that is getting more important. That is the computer program language. So computer program language is the language is for what? So natural language is for the human being, between us or among the people. Mathematics is for human being and nature. And what about computer? So we'd like to use the computer. So computer is so good that it calculates a lot of things very fast and efficient, and huge benefit. We can watch the movie and we can communicate, we can send. So this is the computing device, computer that we discussed, even the episode 1. So which means we'd like to know about the computer. How do you know? And how you can use such a benefit of computer. So we need a language, okay? So such a language should be common between the computer and human being. Just like when you are using the English, so to talk, to make the friend or to communicate with other, so between you and other people should know both of the people should know the same language. Similarly, when you communicate with a computer, so computer and the human, the you, should share the similar the communication tool. That is the computer program language, especially high level. So I mentioned a couple of times, high level means it's like we borrow the idea of the human natural language for the computer program language. Okay, then computer use the machine language low level. So there might be something translate between the high level to low level. Okay, so one of them is Python. So that's what we are learning. So we are studying the Python. Python is the language for between computer and you. So because of that, when you learn about the computer or computer science or any program language, I strongly suggest, first thing, please familiar with the computer. So when you make the friend, like I have a new friend, so I'd like to get along with that friend. First thing, you should know about your friend, the new friend, very well. Otherwise, there's no communication, no sharing, no commenting. So same thing. So when you study, if you are interested in the computer program language, first thing is you should know such a computer. So, however, this computer is different different from the nature. So mostly this computer is the focus. So go back to the mathematics, even though so a lot of you do not like the mathematics. So actually my major was mathematics. So in my college, then I changed my major to the computer science in my graduate. But mathematics. So what is the main purpose of such a language for nature, mathematics? So we try to understand the nature using equation, very simple, like the E equal to mc squared, like that. However, computer language is slightly different. Why do we use computer? Computer is the device to compute very fast. So fast, the efficiency is the one of the main purpose of using computer. So when you code, when you learn about the program language, eventually we'd like to improve the performance. So if you are very good at the calculation in your mind, in your brain, so you don't have to use a computer. So your calculation is much faster and better. But since we cannot actually beat the computer, we can just get the benefit of such a computer from the programming. Okay, so from that point of view, when you solve the problem mathematics, so you focus on a lot the logical thing and such a thing. But when you are doing coding, so during the coding, so our goal is not just writing an essay. It's a natural language. We are not going to propose new equation. That's for the mathematics. Our goal is to code, solve the problem efficiently. Okay, very fast. That is the goal of the coding. So from that point of view, so let's little bit move to this one. So today, as I said, a little bit boring stuff. We are going to start a little bit boring stuff. Anyone who can guess what is this? Anyone? Input, output, yes? Yes, the second. The answer, very nice. This is kind of the black box, but mostly it's called a function. So if there is a input 1, as many of you know that there's an input. So for example, output is 2. If there is an input 2, output is 4, 3, and 6. What is this black box? What's the function of this black box? Times 2. So if you have for example, x as an input, output is 2x. So we can define a function of this device, black box, as y equal to the 2x. So we can say the function of this system as y equal to f of x. That's what you learn in your mathematics. If you do not know much about the function, don't worry, you will learn in your middle school or the algebra. So y is equal to f of x. So we can simplify the problem using such a function. This is a mathematics, but the language is not such a mathematical language. So our goal is let's focus on the input value and output value. Input is 1 and output is 2. 2 is 4. So computer, even though computer is very fast, so every time 1 times 2, 2 times 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. We don't want to write down each and every case in our computer programming. Instead, we try to simplify it's always the same thing. Multiply by 2, multiply by, this is a double, always double. We don't have to write the code double every time. Instead, can we make the device function like the function? So that is called the function in our computer program. We don't want repeat every time. We want first simple, okay, and fast. So to do that, so we are going to borrow the function in mathematics to our computer language. It's a language, but in our computer language, we'd like to achieve such a simple and fast using function. Okay, so that is the function that we are going to mainly discuss today. So let's go back to the last week, the problem. So last week, we started the first Carol program. So Carol can the move and the left turn and the put beeper and the pick beeper. So 4 activities. So then Carol can play inside such a word. Then we solve the first problem, like in case there's a word, so we can move along this one. Okay. Then today, so I'm going to introduce the new problem. Like where is it? So let's see pretty much this one. Yes. Let me change the share and share the new. Yes. So this is called the fill pot hole problem. So this is today's problem. Carol is living 5 by 4 the word. And where's the annotate? So here. So Carol is actually here. Okay. So Carol would like to go through this way, from west to the east. But unfortunately, because of the heavy rain the last night, there is a hole, the pothole like this one. So whenever Carol meet the pothole, so he'd like to put the beeper for the hole to cover the hole like this one. Then going forward like this. So the starting point is like this, and final. The goal is like this. Then, how can you solve this problem? So just you don't have to worry about too much, but just think about the move and left turn and the put beeper and pick beeper. These are the only 4 things that the Carol do. So how can make the Carol fill the hole when he moved left to right? Just think about. First, Carol, there's no hole, can move here, right? When Carol arrived the hole, so he need to put the beeper over here. So first, how can you put the beeper here? Turn. You cannot turn right? We don't have the right now. So instead, turn left, turn left, turn left, and move, right? Then put beeper. After Carol put beeper and turn around, but there is no turn around. You need to left turn and move. So after move, it's a facing north. So you need to turn right, but there is no turn right. Carol need to turn left, turn left, turn left, then move. Then finally, you can have this one. So we'd like to solve this problem with Python. So as Unji posted, so please, I already emailed to you. I sent the new one the last night. So please download any Python 05.zip file. and unzip. Some of the students ask me, what is unzip? So when I'm saying the zip file means it's a collection of the file. It's a get together, because I don't want to send each and every file and make the pack of the file, which is called the zip file. Then I send out just one file to you using your email. So please download that file and double click, then it will be unzip. Unzip means extracted. Then that will be that should be this. So I always I ask you need to always download any file anyone folder. Anyone folder is under your desktop. Okay, always your anyone Python folder is on the desktop. Whenever I send the file, please download the file to the anyone Python. So your file, this is zip file that I send you, then unzip. So you can double click. Then you can find the anyone Python E05. If you are using the Windows has another any Python E05. So at that time, please consider innermost, right? Most. So innermost, even though there is another anyone Python, you can consider the most inside any Python E05 file. Okay, then we are ready to do today's practice. So just like the last time, open your PyCharm. So my PyCharm is turning on, yes. So you will see this kind of thing. Okay, this is welcome to PyCharm window. So then this is our previous project. So if you want to review the episode 04, the project, you can double click this one. Instead, we are going to open new project with a downloaded file. At the time, open. Then you can always go to the desktop, anyone Python. Oops, it's my mistake, sorry. It should not be. I'm going to do again. So let me open the PyCharm again. So if you do not find the zip file, please download from the link that Unji sent. Oops, where is the? Okay, so my PyCharm is starting again. Please take time. Yes, so let me close this and open. Then desktop, anyone Python. Then you can find the most inside any Python E05. Okay, this is the folder, this is the project that we are going to use today. Okay, then open. Please take a time to open the project. Then if you see this window, you are pretty much ready. Then click the arrow here. Then you can find the three things. One is Carol. This is a folder. Let me use the annotate. So this is a folder. And this is another folder. Don't worry. Okay. Forget about these two folders. Only the field path whole.py file. So you can click pothole.py file, then you will see this one. Okay. So let's see the, I'm going to review the Carol file, Carol Python file again. So first part is the import. Import means we are going to use existing. It's not mine, it's not yours. Somebody already created the Carol program. So we are going to use this one. So you don't have to worry about right now how to use, okay? So instead later, we will have a chance to know about how to import. Then second part is the main. So this is the area we are going to code, okay? Keep in mind two things. There are two important things. So this one is called the colon, okay? Colon means, so colon means the next line we are going to have the block. So which is called the code block. So code block means, so think about your house. So your house has the property boundary, right? So even though there's no fence, there exists the boundary of your property. Same thing, this main function, we call this one main. So main is from, there's no fence, there's no line. So how do we know this is the main, this is not? So on using the block, how do we know the block? Always indentation, same indentation. So you can see the up to the here. This is the same indentation, which means it's the same code block. So how many the space we use such an indentation? Anyone? How many space? 4 space. Very nice, Timothy and Daniel, and very nice. Keep in mind. So this is I think the most important part of the Python coding. So 4 indentation or 1 tab. Okay. So if you miss that the indentation, it will be error or it's something different. So this is the main function that we are going to code. So always delete the pass, because pass is just end. It's at the end. So pass. Delete the pass and enter your code. Last thing, if means this code means we are going to start. Start what? Start the main. Okay. So which means we are going to add our code here. So to solve this problem, so let's solve the problem together. You can start your coding. So Carol start here, and then go to here. Then meanwhile the Carol fill of the pothole. Okay. So what is the first? I think that somebody answer. So we are going to start. Move, yes, right. So move, just type move, then enter. So then it's the same indentation, which means it's still it's continuing the next the command. We have, so if you move is here. So there's a hole. So we need to turn right, but we do not have a turn right. So we need to turn left. And how many times? How many times? Hello? 3 times, yes. So please do not watch my typing. Please open the PyCharm and type your code. Okay? It's a waste of your time. If you're just watching my lecture, it's a waste of your time, waste of my time. Please type anything, okay? Even though error is totally fine. So after turn left and turn right, left to left to left, we need to move. Before we put, so we need to go down. So that's the reason we need to move. Then finally we can put beeper. Then what is the next? After we put the beeper, we need to move up. But to do that, right now we are facing south. So we need to turn around, but there is no turnaround. We need to, how many times? 2 times, yes, very nice, Claire. So turn left and turn left one more time. So right now, we put the beeper and turn around, turn left, and move. So which means Carol is facing north. Okay, we try to move to the east. Then, which means we need to turn left or right. We need to turn right again. So move, then turn right. There's no right, so we need to turn left 3 times. And finally move. Hopefully this code is working. So we are going to, how do we run the program? You can use this start, or you can go to the menu run and the run. So let's start here, run, and you can select the pit, field, path, hole. Then you can see this. Then to run the program, click the button. See how it works. Put beeper, turn around, and turn. Yes. So I'm done, but you need to do that. So I will give the couple more minutes to complete the task. This is today's problem. Fill the path hole. How can you do that? So using move, turn left, move, and put beeper and turn left. So you can solve the problem. If you are not sure, so please refer my code. Then I think that you can solve the problem. Please type your code and solve the problem. If you are done, please give me your thumbs up. Then I can see how many of you are following. Please give me a thumbs up if you are done. Please do not watch my face. So my hair is so weird. So just like many of you, I didn't have a chance to go to hair shop. And so please, so do not watch me and just try to type. So please give me your thumbs up, then I can see how many of you are doing. Very nice, Ellie. And Joseph, very good. And Irene, she's done. And Karam is done. Joseph, nice. And please type. If your code is not working, it's totally fine. Okay. I can see the Trinity. Hi, Trinity. So let me change your where is you? So let me find. Yes. Yes. Okay, so a lot of you already did this one. Then let's discuss about this code. So this is my code. I already mentioned several times. So first, when I introduce a function today, and also when I introduce the computer language, and also when I explain the difference between the computer language and the human language or mathematics. So what is the main goal of the computer language? Fast, right? And also simple. If code is messed up, not messed up, something wrong, it will be slow and something complicated. So our goal is to simplify the code and also fast. So when we see this code, so what is the goal of the oops, goal of the Carol today. Carol need to fill up this one. So think about what is the main task of the Carol. So Carol is actually the working. In other words, move. And when the Carol find the hole, it's a fill up. But when you see this my code, can you understand what Carol is doing? Can you understand what is Carol doing? It's not easy. Okay, so let's see the first problem. First problem is always turn when Carol is turning right. Carol need to turn left, turn left, turn left. And there's another turn left, turn left, turn left. So can we make it the simple code, simple thing? Yes. So Claire, how? Yeah, so we can make the turn right like this. So how can we make? So as we discussed last time, always DEF. DEF is a Python command to create our new function, new activity. So turn underscore right is your decision. I'm going to make the name meaningful, like the turn right, then you can understand. Then parentheses, don't worry about the parentheses right now. We will see later, probably season 2. So always turn the parentheses. Then start with the colon. Colon means we need to add something inside turn right. What is that? I don't want to type. Instead, I'm going to copy this and put inside this. Yeah, so we make the turn right. So instead of 3 times of turn left, we can put turn right here and also turn right here. Why don't you change your code like this one? So when you see this, it's much easier to understand. Move, turn right, move, put people, turn left, and so on. Right? So let's check whether it works or not. So this is Carol work. Run the program. See what's going on. It's exactly the same thing, right? So we can make our code. It's much the meaningful code. But we can do one more thing, like the turn left. As I said, computer scientists, programmer really hate the repeated job. Okay, repeated, I hate. I don't know why. People, most of the computer scientists, programmer really hate. Turn left. Instead, why don't we make the turnaround? So let's make the turnaround. If you want to change the name, it's totally fine. You can try. So I'm going to use the turnaround, name turnaround, and start with the colon. That means it's a code block start. What is that? Turn left. So turn left. So we have turnaround. So here we can put the turn around. So when you see this code, it's much easier to understand. Move, turn right, move, turn, put people, turn around, and move, turn right, move. Most of people can understand, even though you don't understand the Python code, you understand what Carol is doing. So let's check whether it works or not. You can run. Here. So run the program. Yeah, so Carol is doing the exactly same thing, but it's much more easier to understand the code. So I will give the couple of more minutes to create your own the function like this. Oops. All right, this one is. So if your code is working, you are good. So please give me a thumbs up. If your code is not working, it's totally fine. Try to find where are you missing or the wrong. Okay, compare with my code. So here is my code. So probably you have the nice of this one, and then you can create the two function. So name can be different, but if you use different name here, so please use the same name on your main code. Okay, your main code should be always here. So under the main, do not forget to erase the path, or so you can use command hashtag to make a command. Yes, you can add the other function also. Very nice. So please give me thumbs up if you solve the problem like me. Okay, very nice, Helen. And Brandon, it's good. Go down, yes, you can create your own function. I really like the student who try the even weird try the additional thing like create a new function or a different way. It's totally fine. Your computer will not be crashed even though you got a bunch of error. Please try. Okay, let's stop here. So we'd like to try interesting here. So I think that you have when you run the program, it will be like this. But let me close and start it again. Actually, I can read. So here. So your carol actually fill up the hole like this. What about this one? If you click the load word, okay, then you can always go to the desktop and anyone Python, our folder, and the episode 5 folder. Then there is another folder word, okay, this. Please, one more time. If you click the load word here, then desktop, anyone Python, and 5, then there is a word folder. So you can see the file. Here, why don't you select the fill path hole 2, okay? Why don't you select this? The fill path hole 2, okay? So 2.w file. So let me show you what it is. So if you select this, open, you can see the 2 holes. So can your program solve this problem? Probably not, because your program will stop here. Carol will not go further. We need to add more thing. How can you add? You need to type one more time here. This one, right? So it's also repeated, right? So how can we solve that problem? Any idea? In case you have 2 holes, how can you fill up the 2 holes? Let's try together. So see the Discord. When you meet the hole. So let me use annotation. When you meet the hole, first turn right, right? And the move. Put beeper, turn around and move and turn right. From here to here, this is for what? Fear hole. This is a fear hole. So whenever we meet the hole, the carrot can feel the hole, right? Which means what we can do? We can create another function, like the another function fear. What? Part hole, like this. Then what? We can do this. Turn right and move, put beeper, turn around, move, and turn right. So this is the activity, filling the hole activity whenever carrot meet the hole. So we can create another fill part hole. Then we can just simple fill part hole. So this is the first hole, and this is the second hole. Very simple. You can easily understand. Our main code is just like this. Move. If there is the fill part hole, then just fill up using the fill part hole. Then after that, move. There's another one and fill part hole. So let's run this program. So how can we run? So we can start. Before we run, we need to load another one. Is a 2 hole, right? Like this, and run the program. Yay! So it solved the problem. So please try to solve this problem. So we create the function. One is turnaround. Okay, it's a 180-degree turn, and another one is turn right. Okay, 3 turn left. It's a turn right, and third one is filling part hole. So whenever carrot meet the hole, so fill up the hole. So using these 3, our code is very simple. So move. So here, move. There is a hole. So fill. Using what? This one. And move. So there is a hole. So using this one, same the function, we can fill up. Then carrot move. So we solve the problem. Then, so why don't you create this? Don't forget, before you run, if you run the program like the using, for example, if you run this program without changing the load word, okay, let me run the program. It will be crash it because the carrot cannot get over the word. So you need to change the word, carrot word, using this one. Then run the program. Yay! So why don't you keep the time? So what is the benefit of using such a function. What is the benefit? It looks like the same, or even looks like the longer than the why. This function can make the caret fast and simple. Why? Anyone? Any idea why? So this function have the caret. Easier to read. Yes, very nice. That's very important. Angie, multiple times. Think about, very nice answer. So think about we have 100 holes, or even 10,000 holes, millions of holes. Then you need to type again. So as I said, so computer is like your room. So if you are doing same thing again, your cabinet will be overflow. There's no more space. But if you create the one function like this, okay, one function like this, you reuse millions of times. You can save a lot of space, which means it's faster, it's convenient, okay, and also it's very simple. Another thing is, this is the last thing of today's lesson and the most important part. So computer programming language is the language communication tool between computer and me. Then at that time, so why do we use such a computer? We try to solve our problem. So whenever you have for example, filling pothole is our problem. So at that time, to solve such a problem, we need to understand. We need to understand what is the basic activity. For example, here, when caret is moving here to here, so first thing is fill up the hole. So fill up the hole. So we identify, so we know. So caret need to do fill up the hole, pothole. So that is this function. Another thing is, even when caret fill up the hole, what does it need to do? It needs turn right. So we need to find what is the way to turn right, and also turn around, because the caret need to turn right and turn around. So because of that, we identify turn around and turn right. So this is called, oops, right. Let me go back. So this is called, oops, decomposition. I'm so bad. So Unji, can you type the decomposition on the chatting box? So this is called the decomposition. So decomposition means, so we cannot solve the problem at once. Even computer, eventually computer understands 0 or 1, simplify. How can we simplify? Find the activity, basically repeated activity. So like the function in math. So if you have a domain, and you can have the range like that. So that means we can reuse the mathematical function in math. Similarly, if we decompose the problem, then we can find what is the turn right and what is the turn left. Using this one, we can make the caret computer simple and fast. Then by combining this, even we can find the function is a part of the caret problem. We decompose. So when the computer programming, understanding the syntax is very simple. Everybody can understand. More important thing is whether if you are able to find such a important function or activity by decomposing the problem. So that is the reason when you solve the computer science, computer programming problem, your math helps a lot. simplify the problem. Okay, that's what we learned today. So please practice. If you are done, it's totally fine. If you are not done yet, or there's something error, so if you have free time during the pandemic, so try to solve that problem. So then finally you can make carrot go to the east side of that by filling up the hole. Okay, thanks so much for your attending today. And I'm going to be, me and the TA, Trini and Eunji will be available 5 to 10 minutes. So please ask questions during that time. And thanks so much, and be safe. And we will see on Friday. Thanks so much. Oh, one more thing. I forgot this. This one really helped me a lot. So please, before you leave, please give me the response today.